Folks, how you doing? It's just a quick live again, really. I'm not expecting anyone to jump in. It's a Sunday. I imagine you're all doing stuff. It's quite sunny today, a bit windy. Expecting more rain, but it's wet underfoot. But that's about it, really. There's been a bit of wind damage by the looks of it. Compost bins blown about, but kind of expecting that, really. Hope you can see it right, because obviously the sun's out. Hello, girlies. How you doing? How are you doing? Hi, how's everybody? I'm on my phone, obviously, so you have to excuse if I miss the chat because it pops up and it disappears. Right, get out the sun a bit. As you can see, still spin the camera around. Tons of water everywhere. Hopefully we get some sun to dry it out. Minor floody puddles everywhere, hence the wellies. But we're getting there, aren't we, girlies? We just need a good few weeks of this weather to dry everything out. There is more rain forecast. There's more rain forecast, which is a bit of a nuisance. Move this pallet out of the way. What can you do? What can you do? Yeah, chickens are good. You'll see them in a sec. I'm gonna let them out. If I can find my keys to the about somewhere. So trying to do stuff and do a live is quite hard. Maybe that's part of the fun. How you doing? Alright, let the girlies explore for a sec. Hang on. Hey. There we go, girlies. And boys. I always forget you, don't I, boys? You're all good? Yeah? Oh, you're quite close today, aren't you? You don't come that close, do you? So, what's everyone been up to? How's things doing where you are? Is it still wet? It keeps going on and off. Yeah, we had snow yesterday. Lasted about 20 minutes. And that was it, really. Bit of nothingness. I thought we were going to get like a proper nice dusting of snow everywhere. I thought we were going to, at least not rain, which would have been a nice thing. But no, it just snowed, melted, caused more puddles. And that's it, really. It was dreadful. Which is probably why, you probably hear it, I've still got puddles down here today. Right, let's get the eggs, eh? Just bear with me while I put the phone down. Blue sky, tree rain. Whereabouts are you? It is Chloe, isn't it? Yeah, whereabouts are you? I can't remember. I'm dreadful with locations and names. Just bear with me a second while I put the phone down. Yeah, no, so it's just a random day down the plot today. I want to go and see my grandparents. The kids have already gone down there with my other half. And basically I thought I'd come down Manchester. It's always wet in Manchester. Always wet in Manchester. Yeah, the cockerels are nice, aren't they? They're always good. Blowing a hoolie. Yeah, I think it's been windy here, to be fair. My gazebo in the back garden's been going to and fro. It's tethered down really well. It's survived 60-mile-an-hour winds so far, so I'm just going to leave it there for now. Yeah, normal. To be fair, Shropshire's pretty kind of dumps it on us before the weather. Oh, it's muddy everywhere. Right, spin this round. You can see inside the old nest box area. So this is like the deep litter system I told you about. It's just soil which turns into compost, and I'll scrape this out every season, spring, summer, autumn, winter. Put fresh stuff in. I've got eggs in there. I've got in there nothing in there. The other day, I put my hand in this nest box here because there was a lump, and I thought, oh, what's that? It was a rat, and I almost picked him up. I put my hand in like that. I was like, what's that? And the rat dropped, and he went down there, and he ran across my feet, and he was out. And I think because it was really, cold, I think he made a bit of a nest in there. I mean, I've got rat traps and stuff. You do get the odd ones come in, so obviously you do your best to try and discourage them. Sort my eggs out. I've got a few there. Pockets. So yeah, hello girlie, what you doing? You're coming to explore. You all want food, don't you? You all want food. Yes you do. Yes you do. Pecking each other. Yeah. Pack it in. You doing that to me for? Yes, I'm going to put some new hay in there in a minute. I will put some new hay in there. Oh! Mud everywhere, isn't there? This is kind of my daily jobs down the allotment because of having chickens. So come down, let them out for a little bit, double check that they've got food, they've got water, everything's clean, collect the eggs, and I tend the eggs in my shed until I've got enough to fill up an egg box, either 6 or 15, depends on what size egg box I bring down with me, and then back in one go. I don't tend to take 1 or 2 eggs at a time. It just seems pointless, and I end up breaking more than anything else, and I don't see the point in taking half an empty egg box home. And it's so cool, even in the summer it's cool in the shed, so there's no problem with them going off. Oh, I didn't tie my shed door back. Always worried about that. I don't tie the shed door back, and if the chickens are out, then they tend to, I always worry it's going to whack them, like knock one unconscious or something. Right, chicken food time. Chicken food time. Put that there. Yes, I'm getting your food, girlies. Getting your food, don't you worry. I thought it would be quite nice to do a video that was live, which kind of shows my routine for the chickens. Yeah. So I always fill up the hopper. I tend to find that it's empty quite a bit lately, and because I think that it's not working very well as a rat-proof chicken feeder, so I need to get another one. Oh, chicken! You just tripped me over. I'm not overly happy with how it's working. I think that the rats are shaking it, and the stuff's falling out, and then they're eating it. And obviously, we all know rats are quite clever. You get a lot of bad press rats, but they're really, really intelligent little critters. Pretty smart, and they figured out that if they shake it, they get a free meal. I keep meaning to put a video up to see what they're doing. How does it work? Hang on, I'll just fill it up. Get rid of the noise. It works basically. The idea is that when a rat climbs up to eat it, that shuts and it can't get food. If I show you, when you shake it, food's out. So I think that the rats have cottoned on that if all they have to do is swing off it, food will fall out and then they can eat it when it's on the floor. So it's not great. I need a better one really, but it's all money, isn't it? This one wasn't cheap. This was like 40 quid. It lasted about a year until the rats kind of figured out what's up with it. If I was down here every day, or I'd take it in the shed, or I'd put it in the feed bin, and then it wouldn't be out at night, and I'd put it out in the day. But because obviously I'm not down the allotment all the time, the rats obviously have access to it at night when no one's down here and the chickens are asleep. And so obviously the rats probably get the best part of 8 hours to figure this stuff out. And with them being clever little buggers, they've figured it out. So what can you do really? I put down traps, and I've got a couple already springtime. So That's good. I try not to use poison. The council put poison down, which obviously we can't stop because that's their prerogative. But we've got hedgehogs and stuff, and I do worry. To be fair to the council, they did put the poison down in like these really good boxes that only rats can get inside. But obviously, still, if a rat goes off and dies, and then a fox eats it, or a hedgehog eats the body of the dead rat, or this and the other, or a buzzard does, then obviously it can kill them. But that's how the feeder works. Look, it just swings there. Okay, you all in? What have you got there? And obviously the chickens always make a bit of a mess, but they tend to hoover it up. You see how one makes a mess and then the other three are like picking it up. But as if I just show you now, look. See? Just with a little rattle, and that's not much pressure, quite a bit of food falls out. So, yeah, not great, but I have to figure something out for that. Always, once I get them in, once I get them fed, because they've had a bit of a roam, and as I said, it was only a flying visit today. Yeah, it was only a flying visit today, just to feed them. I don't really know what to get done, really. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the set was pretty good, actually. It's just a series of old chicken coops that I got for free, even this big one here, which the camera's now resting on. I got them off Free Cycle, and I just joined them all together and cut holes in them so the chickens can run through. So they've got quite a bit of land to go at, and it's nice in the summer for them because they've got shady areas. They've got bits where they can dust bathe. They've got this, that, and the other. I do need to get some sand, and what with all the water we've had, I do need to dig it out and use that compost on the garden this year. But I don't want to dig it out yet because at the moment, because it's densely packed and it's like a good 3 months worth of compost in there, it's acting quite well, keeping like the water down, if that makes sense, because it's dense and it's thick and it's like compost. If I dug it out and put sawdust in it, which is what I normally do this time of year, the sawdust would quickly get wet and I think I'd get big pockets of water building up. So I'm trying not to do that just yet. But it does need digging out. It's due now. It's due like, well, it was due like a month ago to have it all dug out and have all the wood shavings put back in, ready for the spring and summer. But I would say there's probably, looking at it, it's probably the best part of a ton of compost in the chicken run now, and it doesn't smell. It smells just like compost. It's great. Oh, your chickens have wellies on. Yeah. No. So. Yes, excuse me, that's probably the best part of a ton of compost there to dig out, which will be really good for the raised beds and stuff. And because it's all mixed in with a lot of carbon, a lot of sawdust, a lot of shavings, a lot of that elephant grass and this, that and the other, it should be pretty good, actually. I'm just going to shut this this door. Just bear with me a second. It's alright, it was just open. I didn't want a chicken pushing past it. But that's it really for today. I don't know if anyone's got any questions. I'm going to sow some seeds today for the first time. I've been putting it off because of the weather, because I haven't got a heated greenhouse and I haven't anywhere to keep them. And with it being wet and windy, I didn't want to have a load of seeds in the greenhouse and then the house like blow over or something. I lose the lot. So I thought it was just best to hold fire. And I don't tend to sow too early anyway. I find most things catch up, which I've talked about in length for ages. But yeah, I'm going to sow a few things today. Tomatoes, chilies, cucumbers, all that kind of thing are going to go in, and then they can have at least a month on the windowsill, which will then take me till the end of March. Germination time is about 14 days, so they germinate mid-March. Then obviously they'll grow on, and I can put them out in the garden when it's sunny. I can bring them in when it's cold, and I can kind of nurture them a bit. Then I can get them down the greenhouse here when the weather improves, which should be good. But obviously we can get snow right up till May in the UK, and so it's I always find it's better not, going at it like a bull at a china shop and not doing too much really. Right, I'm just going to put the padlock on this door. Just bear with me. So yeah, so really, you've seen what the flying visit is to the allotment. This is pretty. It's locked. This is pretty much what I do 2 days. If I'm in a rush, obviously I'm not doing a live stream, so it's a bit quicker than this. But what I can do is check the chickens, check they've got water. The water does need cleaning out, but it'll be all right for today. At the end of the day, the chickens are digging around and drinking out of puddles all the time. So water that's been down 3 days, it's not going to do any damage to them whatsoever. But obviously next time I'm down, which will be tomorrow, a bit longer, I'll give the water a good clean, give the nest box a good clean. There's hay's all right in there. The chickens peck at it and scratch at it and they knock it on the floor. They do need a bit more hay in there, but I'll sort that out tomorrow when I've got more time. So yeah, there it is really. Have a wander up the top. I'm a bit OCD about things. Ooh, look, the bulbs are up. I wasn't expecting them to pop up so soon. Remember I planted those a few weeks ago and said about like it's never too late to plant bulbs because they always do better the second year anyway. Just going to move this compost bin out of the way because it's blown. If those bulbs are up, I wonder if these bulbs are up around here as well. They are indeed. Look at them. They've come up as well, which is quite nice. Cool beans. I'm quite happy with that. Oh, yeah, quite happy with that. Wasn't expecting them to pop up. Oh no. My apple tree has got all wet and flooded. I don't know why. God's sake, Ross. I have to sort that out. Again, I'm having a bit of a mare with this apple tree at the moment. It's every time I've planted it somewhere, it's flooded. And I've had to like rescue it. There's always something when you come down the allotment. These quick allotment fixes and the days down here never seem to happen. Bye. So I don't want to pay for an apple tree and then kill it, which would be a bit of a pain in the bum. Right, I've just healed that in. It's the problem we've had with all this bloody rain. Everything I've done to try and get a bit of a head start has all been ruined because fruit trees I've planted have had to be dug up and got out of the water because obviously the roots are just developing because they're bare root and they're just so quickly rot off at that stage. It'd be different if they were like really established and I've got an apple tree down here that's been down years. If it floods, that doesn't matter because it's an established tree. But the new ones, they just struggle. Right, that's about it, I think, folks. Got my keys, got my phone. Whoa! Had my phone, dropped it. Got my wallet. Time to go and have a tea, I think. Right. So, any questions? Excuse me. Oh, thank you. Love the videos, live chat. Yeah. Thank you very much. I think it's quite nice doing a live. To be fair, I think it's. Excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. Hang on. Yeah, it's quite nice doing a live. Doesn't have to edit it, which is good because there's no point doing a video me down the allotment talking about doing nothing, and also at the same time I don't want to not make a video. I don't want people to think that I'm not down here, 3 months of no videos, but still coming down here, just dealing with the weather situation, really. Dealing with chickens, and it's all homesteading, allotmenting, gardening. It's what we all have to deal with. Just a lot of people don't really talk about it, I suppose. It's the best way of putting it. Tell you what though, getting tired. Not used to this walking malarkey. But hey ho, that's it. Right, I will probably shoot off now. I've had 20 minutes. You've seen what I do, my quick chicken checkup, as it were. I'm going to go and have tea at my grandparents' house. Maybe even have some cake. Fancy some cake now. Or a sandwich. Yeah, that'll be nice. And that's it. So, right folks, unless you've got any questions, I'm going to shoot off. Got one at the gate. So you've got about 30 seconds. As always, it's been a pleasure. I've got a nose, a runny nose. I don't know why. I think it's because it's cold. Slightly out of breath as well. I think I went out last night and met my mate from an Indian and a few beers. I could be getting a few beers in an Indian at the moment. Start drinking coffee or something when I go out. Yeah. Right, folks.